Hello, I'm Jazz Rose, author of Teaching Primary PE, and I'm here today to talk about behaviour for learning. Focus on the positive. I really want to help as many teachers as possible focus on the positive so that we can achieve better results in our classrooms and have more efficient, fun, engaging, stimulating lessons where we can really drive and focus on the learning at hand. So the 3 areas that we're going to cover today to help teachers create a really positive and stimulating, engaging, purposeful atmosphere for learning is 1 is the purpose, 2, what's the positive action that you want them to achieve? And 3, what is the process? By telling pupils the purpose of the activity, the purpose of what we're going to achieve, by telling them the result of what we're going to achieve, it immediately inspires a little bit of excitement. And I'll talk about that a lot more in my other YouTube video about framing the learning. Really be positive. We're going to have a great lesson today, class. This is what we're going to be learning. Everybody say, wow, wow. Now let's get to it. You've immediately created a stimulating and purposeful environment where children want to be there. Positive action. What's the positive action that we want the children to achieve? We often focus our language around the negative thing that the children or child is not doing, whereas really we want to focus on the positive thing that we want them to do. And this enables us to really create more efficient and effective results over time. Some examples of that might be child running down the corridor. Stop running! Walk, please. It's a much more positive conversation and it immediately directs the child or pupil on what we want them to achieve. Another one might be, stop talking, I need 30 seconds, active listening. Be really positive, really specific about what you want them to do. Stop turning around and talking, stop turning around. Eyes on me, please. It's really intentional. It's a much more positive and gripping action and it creates clarity. There's no challenge back from the pupil, or much less likely that we're going to get challenge back because there's no discrimination there, or they can't say so-and-so's doing it as well, or do you know what I mean? They can't point the finger. It's very direct and intentional. So focus on the positive action. The third thing is, what is the process? What are the outcomes if children are not on task? So if we start by focusing on the positive language, that's fantastic. And we deal with low-level issues in a very low-level way. So we want to focus as much of our language, as much of our narrative on positive conversations about teaching, about learning, about growing, about developing. We want to minimize the time that we have to interrupt the lesson, interrupt the pace, flow, and integrity of our learning outcomes on behaviour. So sometimes, a child might be whispering something to somebody else. It's just a simple click of the fingers and a quick signal that is non-verbal in order to interrupt that behaviour without interrupting the flow and the tone of your lesson. I hope that helps somebody. Do feel free to share the video if you like the content, and check me out on Instagram, which is Jazz Rose, JNC Education. Have a fantastic week of teaching and learning, and I'll see you again next week for another